In with the new year. Out with the non-sticky peel and stick. Well, the wall is sticky. It's too bad the peel and stick wouldn't stick to it. Alright, I was just cleaning the light covers, I guess you could say. And I happened to notice, if you look at the LED light, see how there's a whole section that's out? This other one was the same way, so I just replaced it with a new one. These are like probably 5 years old at this point, but it's one thing with those LED lights, you have to check them out because they burn out in certain spots. Like, they still were working, but only a portion. Like, it's the same on the other side, I believe. Yeah, see? They're out right here, these 3 little cells. I don't know what you would call those. But this one is a brand new one that I just put in, and all of them are working. Same thing happened with this one, you see? There's a couple that are have just blown. I guess it probably helps save power a little bit. But one thing to check, just go around and check your LED bulbs. Good afternoon, welcome back. Hope everybody had a good New Year's. I'm ringing in the new year with a sinus cold. Had it for about a week now, but I'm on the mend, so that's good. Today, if Ramsey would so kindly move, excuse me. Today I finally purchased a humidifying iron kettle, so that's good. I've been wanting one of these for quite some time. I just fill it with water and put it on top of the wood stove, and hopefully that helps with the dryness in here all winter. Thank you, by the way. I had a lot of good feedback regarding the batteries. Overwhelmed me a little bit because it's one of those things, you know, the more you realize you don't know, and I realized that I don't know much at all about batteries. But a lot of good information there, so I appreciate that. Once again, my ADD has gotten the best of me. Put the kettle on, filled it up with water, so I don't know if I'm supposed to see any humidifying steam coming from there at some point, but I'll keep you updated. Alright, we're performing some tests here. These 3 batteries were the ones that were in the battery box, and after fully charging them individually on the charger, they're sitting at around 12.59, and they'll drop out to about 12.56. So I just took a spare battery that I had, put it on the charger to 100%. Initially it was reading 13. So I'm going to see where it rests at, and so far this battery is giving a higher voltage reading than these 3. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes or so. This battery here is still sitting at 12.77, which is more than I can say for these 3 batteries here. I'm running out of daylight, so I think my decision is to steal the batteries from my spare solar over here because I know that they're good. I'm going to hook up these 2 plus the other one. They're roughly all the same age. And I'm going to put them in the other battery box. And I think I'm just going to take maybe 1 or 2 of the other batteries that are sitting at 12.5 and put them here, because this solar system here is just a spare solar system, and it's really just for charging cell phones in the bedroom. So you don't really need a lot of juice for that. So I think I'm going to snag these 2 batteries for now and see how they perform on the other solar system. The reason I chose these 3 batteries, you can see like the stickers are slightly different. There's this one on this battery, and that's what the other battery looks like. Shockingly enough, the other 3 batteries are older than these 3 batteries. Maybe it's because there's more pressure on these ones here, you know, being the house batteries and everything, I'm not sure. But it always pays to have extra batteries. For now, before I order brand new ones though, I am going to just go ahead and take these older batteries that I have, and all three of them are the same, and I'm going to hook them up to this solar system and just keep an eye on things. Alright, it's getting really dark out here, but I'm using a flashlight, and I just have that one last battery to hook up before we go inside and make sure everything is hooked up correctly. Wires are hard to bend sometimes. Where's my wrench? Where the hell's my wrench? There it is. Okay, we've got the old batteries hooked up as the new batteries. I rehooked up the diesel heater. I did not rehook up the inverter. I'm going to omit that for the meantime. You know, hook that up at a later date. I just want to see how this is going to work out first before I add more multiple wires in here. And I'm running out of daylight. So let's go see if the lights in the trailer turn on, and if they do, we know that at least that's one thing going for us. Alright. Okay, the lights work. Of course, that one was already on. That's battery operated sensor light. Let's get the fridge back on here. I shut that off. Heard it light in the back. That's good. Last thing to do is hook everything back up to the charge controller. Alright guys, so everything is hooked back up. We've got a reading of 12.7. The diesel heater is hooked back up. I have to adjust the time on it because it just kind of starts fresh again. I think when I plugged it in it said 0000. That was probably 6 minutes ago, I guess. But yeah, so I'll have to reset that. And the last thing I want to show you is I have one battery, one of the batteries that I'm assuming are just bad because they're only reading 12.5. I have one of those batteries hooked up to this here. So this is only used for charging cell phones and my fitness tracker, my Fitbit. So I figure it'd probably be better to have one of the batteries that aren't performing as well on this small solar system here than out there on the larger one. See the steam? Well, at least we know one thing's working. Okay, it's the next morning and the batteries did not dip below 12.5 overnight. It's my day off. I just woke up to -1, so just below freezing temperatures. Wee little bit of snow. The car is covered in some ice. Had some freezing rain yesterday. And the solar is covered in snow as well. I'm going to try to get that removed today. But so far the batteries, since I've swapped them out, are already doing better. 12.5, 0.4 amps coming in somehow through the snow. Come with me, Rickety. Well, that's not bad. It's already starting to melt. Guess I was kneeling on some snow on that ladder. I feel like I should know this, and I don't. Can anyone tell me, is it okay to scrape a solar panel? You know, like you do your car windows, windshield. Is it okay to scrape a solar panel? Because the few times that I've done it, I cringed a little bit. Let me know in the comments below if you know the answer to that or not. Yeah, I don't know if it would just end up leaving little scratches all over it, and that just obviously wouldn't be a good thing, but kind of stopped myself there. So hoping that that little bit that's on there will melt. However, it's like 1:30 in the afternoon, so any opportunity for light to get through that, there just isn't a lot of opportunity there, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Kind of just slushy. A bad place to be standing. I'm getting a lot of smoke from the chimney right in the face. Yeah, everything was kind of iced over this morning. Getting a little bit better now, though. It's around 0 degrees, I think. Whoa! This thing keeps breaking and I keep having to fix it. So these are the older / my newer house batteries. And as you can see, I took the inverter out because I'm just not using it a lot, and I figured, you know, if these batteries already have enough pressure through the winter, I'm just gonna leave the inverter off of there. I did reconnect the diesel heater over here, but yeah. What do we got? 12.6. I did just see that it said 12.7. 0.5 amps coming in. Hopefully the snow, the rest of what's on the panel melts off and we get a little more juice. So yeah, guys, that's the update for right now. I am going to continue to monitor these batteries, but I can already tell just from having them swapped out that they are better than the other ones for sure. I put a full charge in every single one of them, and when I took them off the charger, they were reading about 13 volts. They did drop down to about 12.75, I believe it was, which is more than I can say about the other ones. At their, you know, highest charge, I think they were sitting at like 12.56 or something when I took them off. So hopefully I can make these ones work for the remainder of the winter at least. Like I said, I know that I do need to get new batteries, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm trying not to be wasteful, and I'm trying to use these batteries until it gets to a point where they're like, okay, girl, we're not giving you any more power. The other ones, you know, on especially like days like this, like mornings where it's below freezing, usually my batteries were down as low as like 11.9, 12, 12.1. So far, I've only seen these ones drop to 12.3 so far, but we'll see. I'm going to continue to monitor them, like I said. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. See if I can get through the winter with these ones, and then in the spring, maybe just do a complete swap out, get brand new batteries, and start fresh. I did get a lot of good feedback from you guys in the last video, so thank you very much for all the information. You know, a lot of people had mentioned batteries shouldn't be kept outside, they should be kept inside. I agree with you to an extent, because obviously I think that keeping batteries outside would reduce their longevity. However, car batteries are kept outside in your car all the time, and as long as they're a good battery, your car always starts. Obviously, in places like northern Alberta, for example, most people have a heat block on their battery, so they plug their car in to warm up their battery so it doesn't, you know, just die in the dead cold. Here, where I live anyway, I don't want to say that it never gets that cold, but it doesn't usually get that cold. We don't have to have plugs hanging out of our hoods of our cars to plug them in, you know, when our car is sitting for any length of time. We just don't have to do that here. If you have a good battery in your car, it's going to start every time. It just does not get to the temperatures that places like northern parts of Canada get. Also, keep in mind the batteries that I did have outside for 6 years have lasted up until this point, and they were secondhand batteries, so it's safe to say those batteries are definitely probably over 10 years old. I'm not sure how old they were when I got my hands on them, but I think they were at least a few years old. So they definitely did last their lifespan outside. And I know some of you did look up the batteries. They are, you know, telecommunication batteries. So believe it or not, those batteries are meant to be kept outside. They are kept outside in a metal box and usually attached up high on a power pole. So yeah, I mean, just for your information, like, I know a lot of people do keep their batteries inside. I just don't really have the space in here, and I just didn't have it set up that way. I just had my batteries outside, and obviously I got through 6 years with that, so I'm not saying all batteries would do okay outside. The batteries that I had did okay outside up until this point, but yeah, I think I'm going to continue keeping my batteries outside. I just don't have the setup in here to have them inside. You know, I guess that's something to look into if I wanted to make sure that they're going to stay warmer, not get so cold. I can't really say that in the summer they'll be kept cool because there's no AC in here, so the summers still get up to like 30 degrees inside the camper. So I'm not disagreeing with anyone. I think that, you know, it probably, you would get a longer life out of your batteries if you kept them inside and just maybe had them vented outside, but that's not the setup that I have, and I'm just going to continue doing what I was doing, I think, for now. If I could get my hands on batteries that are similar to the ones I had, that might not be a bad idea because, like I said, they lasted me 6 years and they were even older than that, so that's the update on my battery situation. I will continue to monitor it, and, you know, especially when it does get a little bit colder, we get more snow. Right now we haven't had sun for several days, so that's also another battle. But I'll keep you guys updated. Fingers crossed we make it through the rest of the winter with these ones, and then maybe start fresh in the spring with new batteries, but we shall see. I'll let you guys know how it goes either way, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're all doing well, and hopefully I will catch you in the next. Bye. Also, just to give you guys an update on my kettle humidifier, is it normal to rust like this? Because everywhere water has touched, it turns to rust. Oh, and it needs water. But yeah, even the outside edge of the kettle right here is rusty. Is that normal, or was I supposed to do something with this, like, you know, with cast iron pans, they season them or whatever? But let me know in the comments below, because, I mean, it's nice that you get some humidity in the air, but I don't know if it's good to come from rusty mud water, so yeah. There, I refilled it, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Should this be happening?